the other piece is, and what's happening right now is, really women supporting other women. And you see cases where you've got men who've done this and they've done it exceptionally well. There's a Fortune 100 company. They had 6 men that came in entry-level positions, and the 6 men got together and they said, let's make a pact. We're going to make a pact that, every opportunity that I have to brag about the work you're doing to your boss, I'm going to do it. And you do that for me. And we'll be each other's cheerleaders, and we'll really, we'll really support one another. And 5 years later, those 6 men all became vice presidents. One of them actually became the CEO. And again, it's such a great example of, how men, they will go in and they will support one another. Whereas with women, they feel like they're competing, or there's that one spot that we're competing for. And so we don't share, what our passions are. We don't share, this is the route that I want to go to. So it's really important to communicate, what is it that you want? What's your passion? And be able to communicate that and step into that. And a lot of times as women, we think that we have to have it all covered. We think that we have to show that we're perfect in every way, and you don't, so ask for the help, ask for the guidance, share what your passion is, share where you want to go, and clearly communicate that to your manager or your spouse, your friend, but share.
Sing it on the top of the mountain.
Exactly.
Right. It's interesting that you said that women are natural born leaders, because if you think about it, motherhood is a form of leadership. Mothers are the first leaders we experience. And yet I don't think people think of mothers as leaders. But I mean, if you've got more than one child, you are most definitely a leader trying to manage that family.
Yeah, I would say if you have just one, I mean, in some ways you're that, you're the role model. You're
definitely.
You're on 24/7. No, I agree with you entirely. And again, it's going back and looking at opportunities, how to get involved, how to be able to go ahead and create that support system. I call it, building my fortress. Who do I have? And I've got some phenomenal women that are in my life that are great mentors, and men who are great mentors, but be able to have that support system so that I can tap into that and be able to, really push myself. And, when I'm feeling fearful or, how am I going to do this? I've got places and key individuals to go to, but we're born leaders. I mean, we truly are. And we're wired, as Dr. Daniel Amen says, we're wired for leadership.
Right. Another interesting thing I found is, there's leadership in corporate America, which I think is important, and that's what the stats talk about. But then there's leadership as entrepreneurs. I mean, so many women are like leaving corporate America because they've hit that glass ceiling, and so they create their own roles as entrepreneurs. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, is that a good trend? Is that a bad trend, or is it something in between?
I think it's a great trend, because what's happening is women are not settling, and we're looking at situations and saying, you know what, if I'm not going to have these opportunities, I'm going to go and create those opportunities for myself. And so what's happening right now is women are opening up businesses twice as fast as men. I mean, we're seeing this movement, and go in and focus on, what is it? And this is what I always look at is, what's your passion? What do you love to do? Because all of the advancement, the money, all that will follow. But what is it that really makes your heart sing? And I tell people, do what you love, because you'll fall in love every single day.
Exactly. And if you're doing what you love, then it never feels like work.
It doesn't. My husband, I was with a company for 13 years. I was the youngest vice president. I left there. I started my own company. I was in recruiting. I was placing accounting and finance and IT individuals. And then I would come home at night and I would work on my nonprofit organization. And I'd be up all night. I'd go to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning. And so my husband says, he goes, Michelle, why don't you do that? He goes, you love doing that. You do it for
Right.
fun. You're not getting paid. He goes, why don't you do that? And that's exactly what happened. Ended up focusing on Global Women Foundation and working entirely on women's initiatives. And I love it, love it.